fellow Japanese learner, I know that you won't start learning Japanese, so I want to share a little story from my life, and I mean really short. A few years ago, I thought Japanese was impossible, though I decided to learn Korean instead. I thought it would be much easier for me since there are now three alphabets, there are not as complicated kanji that look really similar to Chinese. It wasn't easy either, but at least I got away from Japanese for a while, but not for a really long time. I mean, I was trying to learn Korean and focus only on Korean, but Japanese was calling me down really deep down. I knew that I would start learning Japanese anyway. I knew I had to learn it, so here we are. And if you're sitting there, lying there, I don't know what you're doing, and thinking that Japanese is way too hard for me, I get it. I also thought like this. It's not too hard. Like, Japanese is not too hard. It's the same as any other language, just a bit with some intricate stuff, let's say. Hear me out. It's not about complicated study routines, techniques that nobody can use but except just a specific amount of people. No, it's not about this. It's about simple techniques, strategies, and resources that I use that got me to this decent level of Japanese. It's about sticking to a simple system that got me results without the feeling of like you're climbing a mountain Fuji or something. I'm here to share what worked for me. Not perfection, but just progress and discipline. So if you feel interested, intrigued, stay here. We're diving in. So let's talk about real stuff. If you tried learning Japanese and hit a wall, I totally get it. I relearned Japanese several times, like I guess 3 times, because I used ineffective study techniques, some random grammar guides that didn't get me anywhere. Like, I would read an entire article about Japanese grammar, like I would memorize it, I would try to review it in my head every single day, and I knew this complicated advanced Japanese grammar, but I couldn't use it because I didn't have enough vocabulary, I didn't know how to structure words. It was messed up, so I decided that I should relearn it once again. And so 3 times I relearned Japanese, like thrice. I don't know, is there a word thrice in English? You get the idea. And then I realized I was all over the place, jumping from random tools to another random tool, and I decided to stop. I decided to take a break from Japanese for several months, and then, yes, I would start from all over again, from scratch. So I found a way to just focus on key methods, not the most complicated ones, but simple, not too hard to use, and that really got me results. Listen, if you're a beginner, you're gonna get overwhelmed really quick. I mean, there is so much grammar to wrap your head around, not only about grammar, but also about learning new alphabet, like 3 new alphabets. Like, okay, you can learn hiragana, katakana in a few days, but kanji, not so simple. And yes, some people totally love grammar, and then they're just focusing on grammar without using the language. Got stuck, then try to learn everything once again, and it's like this loop. I also tried immersing myself, like I love to say on this channel. Like, I watched Japanese Netflix show, but I didn't get anything. Been there, done that, so I needed balance. I really needed balance. And so, what balance I found? Japanese from zero. Thank God YouTube algorithm heard me out and recommended this Japanese from zero playlist for me. And yes, it is balanced. What I especially loved about it, It breaks down grammar in a way that actually makes sense, like a real human explaining it, not some robotic linguist. The pace was chill. I didn't feel like I was drowning in information. The practice exercises helped me actually remember stuff with humor and all of this interesting stuff. Other, like, you know how hard it is to remember words when you're overwhelmed with thousands lessons. I used this as my base, but I didn't stop there. I didn't just watch Japanese from zero. I also combined it with other techniques. I thought watching Japanese shows on Netflix or animes would get me to guru Japanese. Right. It wasn't the case. Here is what I did wrong. I used to binge watch Japanese shows with English subtitles. That's why I didn't get anywhere. My brain simply ignored Japanese, and honestly, it was a total waste of my time. What actually worked for me is turning these subtitles into a tool. Step 1. Watch with Japanese subtitles. If you don't know a word, fine. Don't stress it. Just read. Context is everything. Step 2. Rewatch the same episode, but without subtitles. Now that you know the plot, you'll start hearing the words for what they really are, not just guessing. Step 3. Shadowing. I picked a few short phrases and repeated them exactly like the characters with the same intonation. That's why my pronunciation started to sound less like a robot and more natural. And if you're looking for some shows for beginners, intermediate learners, and advanced learners, you can find all of the techniques, strategies, resources that are not covered in this video, with some Netflix shows, animes in the description down below, and a special PDF downloadable guide. Okay, this one is kind of crazy, but hear me out, I'll explain. The best way to start thinking in Japanese is to start talking to yourself in Japanese. Because I think that you're not actually living in Japan right now, or you're not working for a Japanese company or studying Japanese schools, or you're sitting still here cozy in your home country and trying to learn Japanese. So, and if you don't have Japanese friends, the only thing you can do right now is to talk to yourself in Japanese. I know it sounds insane, but it works. Here is how I did it. I started describing what I was doing in Japanese. Like, 今、抹茶を飲んでいます。でも、ちょっと酸っぱいですね。Reacting to things around me. ちょっと寒そう。Asking myself questions like, 今日は何をする? It was awkward at first, and I thought it wouldn't get me anywhere. But, strangely enough, I did have some progress. But then I realized that I wasn't translating in my head anymore. It was just automatic like this. I was truly thinking in Japanese. Kanji. Yeah, I just abhorred them. I couldn't stand them. Like, I literally ignored them till the last point. Like, I was surviving on hiragana, katakana, but deep down I did understand that I needed to learn kanji urgently, because like I would get to a decent level of Japanese without knowing kanji. Of course, now I don't know all of the kanjis in Japanese, but at least a decent amount to understand, read, watch Netflix shows in Japanese. I thought that I could write kanji several times, several pages, and I magically could remember them. It wasn't the case. I just wasted my time once again. The secret is context. You don't have to learn every single kanji by itself. You have to learn them in context. Like, you have to memorize them first. Then you can memorize the words and write them. But for now, your main goal has to just recognize them. Recognize the words in those hieroglyphs. Here is how I tackled it. Vanikani. I stuck to just 15 minutes a day. I wasn't trying to master it all at once, just chipping away at it every day. Quizlet. I created custom vocab decks with words that I actually heard in shows, podcasts, some music, I don't know. This helped me remember words because I saw them and heard them in real life. Look, I tried lots of YouTube videos on how to learn Japanese, lots of resources, but Japanese from Zero and Misa's videos are literally game changers. Like, they're the best. I already talked about Japanese from Zero, now it's time to talk about Amo with Misa. She made it feel so easy to understand, like complex Japanese grammar for N3, N2, and even N1. What I loved about her content: simple but deep explanations, not fluff. Examples that sound natural, not textbooky, like something that you can actually use in your daily life. With some stories, some, like, like you're actually in a classroom interacting with a teacher. With small, like, let me check presentation and everything, okay, like this style of teaching. Her videos are actually fun, so I didn't feel like I was slogging through a boring lesson. After watching her videos, I would go back to Netflix shows to just practice shadowing, or I would just talk to myself. You know what? Listening to Japanese podcasts every single day was the right decision to make. It was a game changer for me. Even when I didn't get everything, my brain still perceived it as Japanese. And after a while, when you listening to some foreign language podcast, your brain just automatically starts to throw at you some words from this language. And so this is exactly what helped me. I immersed myself into this Japanese bubble while I was cooking, preparing my breakfast, like doing something, doing chores. I was immersed. Here are some podcasts I listened to, but not only to these ones. Comprehensible Japanese for beginners, Nihongo Konteppei for casual everyday speech. Here's the truth: most people don't get anywhere in Japanese or in any other language as well because they're simply consuming content. They're not actually practicing using the language. In this case, Japanese. The real key to learning Japanese, and let's say it like this, the real key to learning, insert language right here, is output. Self-talk every day, watch Netflix in Japanese with no English subtitles, Quizlet for vocab from real content, podcasts to train your brain to hear natural Japanese, shadowing to sound more natural and native-like. Stuck with this, and Japanese won't be something that you're simply studying. It will be something that you're living. So, are you ready to commit? Write in the comments down below, Yaroso, if you're ready. Ganbatte ne! Learning Japanese can feel overwhelming, so I created a free 30-day PDF downloadable guide that you can get in the description down below with everything you need to get started. Step-by-step lessons, daily practices, and my best tips for you. For those of you who want to dive really deep and go all in, and for Japanese, I created a premium PDF downloadable guide that you also can get in the description down below with advanced techniques, some interesting resources that I didn't mention in this video, and something else. I mean, a full roadmap to fluency. All the links are in the description down below. If you enjoyed watching this video, do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel, share your opinions in the comments down below, give me your thumb up to see more videos like this or something new, and share this video with your friends or family members who also learn Japanese. I really do hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next videos. Goodbye. You're still here. So maybe you're looking for something new, something fresh. If so, you can check out this video or that video, choose whatever you like. They're specifically tailor-made for you. I put everything in this video, so you're better off checking them out right now. So I'll see you here or here.